can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You wanted her, so just give me what I...
Hello gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another video. And before we get into today's video, guys, as usual, let me do my shameless plugins. If you're not, make sure you're following me at the appropriate social media at Tanek127, which includes Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And also, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you are smashing that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and ringing that silly bell so YouTube does not bonus all with notifications. And what is going on, guys? How's it going? Welcome back. I am sorry this video is a little late. I did take some time off for the holiday to spend some time with family and stuff like that, so I hope you all had an amazing holiday, great Thanksgiving. Hope you all ate a ton. Hope you were safe on Black Friday and all that good jazz. But here in today's video, we are going to talk about Immortals Fenyx Rising, how I feel about the game, my ultimate opinion on it, and stuff like that. Now, granted, this is going to be more of a first impressions and a review because, first and foremost, I have not beat the whole story of the game, but I do have a grand gist of it, and I have made a decent amount of content on the game. I do have a good gist of the game and things like that, and also do have more guides planned for the future of the game and those kind of things. So be excited. Make sure you're looking forward to that on the channel. And also, once again, big shout out, big special thank you to Ubisoft for hooking me up with a review copy of this series, and everything that I do on Immortals Fenyx Rising is sponsored by Ubisoft. However, that does not affect my opinion because remember, they want honest feedback on their game to make it the best that they can be. So what is Immortals Fenyx Rising? Immortals Fenyx Rising is an action-adventure game, or also you could call it an action RPG, based on Greek mythology. Now, straight up from first glance, there's going to be the obvious thing here. Is this game Zelda-like? Can we compare it to Breath of the Wild? Yada, 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 yada. Well, here, one common mistake a lot of people keep making, especially this generation since the Breath of the Wild launches, anything that has where you can climb and scale environments that has a stamina bar on it, I swear, no lie, everyone and their mom calls it a Breath of the Wild clone. Genshin Impact did that same thing, that you're able to scale the open world and stuff like that. People called it a Breath of the Wild clone. Here we are with Immortals Fenyx Rising, and everyone's saying, oh, you can scale, you can swim, you do all that open world exploration and stuff like that. Oh, it's a Breath of the Wild clone. It's Assassin's Creed meets Zelda and yada yada yada. Now, don't get me wrong. While it's not disrespectful in any way, shape, or form to compare a game to Zelda, because Zelda is a legendary game series, and God bless Nintendo for making such an amazing game, we can't just say, every open world game that comes out now with some of those things from, or traits from Breath of the Wild is a Zelda clone. Breath of the Wild, what it did was, it took some things that weren't in current action-adventure games, and it innovated, and other games got inspired by these. Like, for example, one common complaint we've had with a lot of open world games is, we have so much of this open world, but there's barriers, there's walls, developers don't let us touch it all, and things like that. So Nintendo, when they made Breath of the Wild, they found a way to alleviate that problem. You can climb and touch anything you want, but you're going to be limited to how you do it. Now, in all fairness, Bethesda broke this before anybody. If you've played any Elder Scrolls game, and if you are an Elder Scrolls pro, I am sure you are good at scaling up and down mountains. If you've played any Fallout, you know how to scale yourself up and down hill. You know how to touch any place in those environments. And the thing about the Bethesda games is they don't limit you on doing that. Now, these games do, which I find, interesting, but at the same time, it's also a realistic mechanic, and it also pushes you to make progress because, hey, the stronger you are, the higher you can climb that mountain, or the longer you can swim across to get to that island that you see in the distance, or the longer you can glide in the air to try and make it to that other place that that's really far away. So these things are all good things, and don't just always take it as it's bitten off of Zelda. It helps innovate and give us the stuff that we want with these games. But like I was saying, Immortals Fenyx Rising is an open world action adventure game. Now, like I was saying before, from first glance, you would compare it to Zelda. And honestly, judging by this game, I would think this game is honestly a really good and fair comparison to Zelda. If you don't have a Nintendo console and you've always wanted to play a Zelda game or a Zelda-like game, this game is a very good runner-up. It's not The Legend of Zelda per se. You're not Link. You're not going to rescue a princess or anything. But your name is Fenyx. You are after saving the you're going around trying to save the Greek world from a crazy god named Typhon. And basically what he's done is he's stripped all the other gods of their powers and he's trying to take over the world. And he's done all kinds of crazy things. I'm talking he's turned Aphrodite into a tree. He has Zeus like tied up and hung somewhere, half frozen. This man has done the unthinkable and the unspeakable to a lot of these gods. And it's you, as you know, a smaller, more mortal, weaker kind of person. It's up to you to get stronger, explore these vaults, find out what's going on into the world, and stop it, while also trying to rescue a member of your family who you learn was hurt through the intro. Now, granted, guys, like I said, I'm not going to go too much into details because I do want to keep this this spoiler free. But in the long run, in short, Immortals Fenyx Rising is an amazing game. The graphics, gorgeous. As you guys know, I got to play it on the Xbox Series S next gen version. Beautiful. You know, you can play it in 4K, 1440p, whatever, depending on what kind of console, what kind of TV you have, 30 FPS and higher, just gorgeous open world, or you can put it on performance mode and it'll run at a solid 1080 or 1440p 60, again, depending on your console or television. And it's just, you know, it's a beautiful game. It has a really nice soundtrack to it. The combat is awesome. It is that raw, nice action combat we love, especially you guys here on my channel. If you've played any, you know, the action combat MMOs like Black Desert, Terra, anything like that, or like I said, if you've played a Zelda game, you should be very familiar with this combat. Sorry, it is fast. It is fluid. It is particle effect filled. You know, it almost looks like something you would see in an MMO or a really high tense action RPG, something like Genshin Impact. The particle effects are just straight gorgeous. It makes the combat look nice and flashy. The boss fights are fun and challenging. And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. When I played this game on normal, when I first started, I put it on normal, I was actually struggling a little bit. I had to knock it down to easy for a while just to get, you know, the hang of some of the combat bosses and things like that. Now, granted, the problem ended up being was my character just wasn't built high enough, so I ended up putting it back on normal later on. But the combat in this game is very challenging, very punishing, also very rewarding. Now, it's not like on a Dark Souls level, so don't get that twisted, but I will say every boss in this game will challenge you in some way, shape, or form. It's very rare where I run into a boss that's just, you know, a big spongy DPS shield that I just have to spank away. You know, there's always something to dodge. There's always some weird mechanic they're going to do. There's always something they're going to throw at you. And not to mention, they're very aggressive. Like when you find an open world boss in the game, for example, if you try and, you know, just escape a little bit to heal, they're going to chase you. They're going to come around, you know, whatever cover you're running behind, trying to kill you and stuff like that. You know, the AI in this game was done very well, and I mean very well to my opinion. Now, there are some microtransactions in here that I do want to bring up too, but it's all just simply, you know, cosmetic stuff. Now, you guys know my opinion on that personally, so I'm not going to delve too much into it in this video because I don't feel like getting into a senseless argument about it. But like I said, there are some cosmetic microtransactions. There are DLC expansions coming out for the game as well. Another reason I don't want to do a full-on review, because all the game's content and the game's true ending style, just, you know, it's not done. There's still a lot more that they plan on expanding on with this game. And it just, you know, it reminds me of the way, you know, single player games were done back in, you know, the good old days, back in the previous console generations. You know, it's a complete game that's, you know, that's finished at launch, and the DLCs they have are really different, unique. You can tell that, you know, they're not just something that was pulled out of the game and made to be DLC later on. Like the next DLC, for example, they both take place with two completely different characters and events that are literally after the Immortals Fenyx Rising story. Now, like I said, guys, the game isn't perfect. There were some, you know, some small bugs and things like that, especially, you know, because I got to play the game early before any day one patches hit. But honestly, guys, I've been having an overall amazing time with Immortals Fenyx Rising, and if you're looking for a good single player game, especially, you know, something to maybe even just to hold you off till Cyberpunk gets here or whatever, I would definitely check this out. If you're looking for, you know, a solid solo action RPG to play, check this out. If you're just, looking for something that's Zelda-like and you don't have a Nintendo console, check this game out. Guys, I'm telling you, Immortals Fenyx Rising is freaking amazing. But anyway, y'all enjoyed this video? Smash that thumbs up button for me. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tanek127. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace out. Take care.